My best friend claims I owe her everything I have, including my boyfriend. She thinks I wouldn't be successful without her. Is she right? I know I should be careful calling someone best friend in a post like this, but I don't know how else to call Chloe. Our parents are great friends, so we grew up together, and she kind of had my back in high school. To make a long story short, on the teenager food chain, she was on top, and I should have been on the bottom, but nobody messed with me because I was Chloe's friend. Chloe is one of those people who require attention. I never minded, though nobody is perfect, right? But now that I have my first real boyfriend, she doesn't know how to behave. Every time we are together, she is really handsy, always touching his arms, running fingers through his hair, complimenting him. And now she even started with the prank spankings on the butt. You know, I just feel really uncomfortable with it. Maybe it's normal? I mean, Chloe has a lot of guy friends, so maybe this is okay. My boyfriend never thought much of it either. Am I just overreacting? She is super pretty, so maybe I'm just jealous. Anyway, yesterday something really threw me off. My boyfriend had to do some work, and I had a book thing, a hobby, so we decided to meet later at a friend's house. They were getting together to drink, and so on. My boyfriend finished work early and called me, but I didn't really need him to come over to the book thing. I know he doesn't like it, so I just told him to go to the friend's house. Then I started getting texts from Chloe, all like, "Girl, you got to come to this party now? Your boyfriend is wasted. LOL, LOL, we're so drunk. You need to come and stop us. I can't behave myself if you don't get here soon," and so on. The book thing took longer than I thought, and I was just getting madder and madder, but I am a very non-confrontational person, so I dealt with it. I called my boyfriend when it was over because I didn't feel like going to this party anymore, but I was his ride, so I asked him if he needed me to come pick him up. He said, "Sure." I got there and didn't even go inside. I was ready to release the hounds of hell on him, but he got in my car, and he was completely sober. I asked him if he was drinking and then showed him Chloe's texts. He got super upset and said she was lying. He wasn't even hanging directly with her, but catching up with a friend who just came back to town. He said I should have texted him, letting him know what she was saying so he could confront her about it, since you don't ever seem to be able to give that girl some boundaries. His words. Now I am thinking maybe I should talk to Chloe, but maybe she was just drunk and annoying me because she wanted me there? I don't know. I mean, this girl was really nice to me growing up when she could have been a jerk. I don't like how she behaves around him, but at the same time, I don't want it to look like I don't trust her. Is there a polite way of going about it? Or should I maybe wait and see if this happens again? Am I overreacting? Too long. Didn't read. Old friend is handsy with my boyfriend, and it upsets me, but I don't know if I should tell her or how. Update. Thanks to everyone for your comments and help. I decided to talk to Chloe and posted a development to the story. Update 1. Yesterday, I posted here about how my best friend, Chloe, is a bit handsy with my boyfriend, and it makes me feel uncomfortable. Too long. Didn't read. She touches him a lot and sent me inappropriate messages when she was at a party with him. I am very thankful to all those who commented, especially the ones who encouraged me to say something and suggested what to say. I don't like arguments, so those were very important to me. Thank you. Last night, we were alone because she wanted me to help her choose clothes for an event. I was at her place, so I thought I should say something. I wanted to say something. I was very polite and just said that I knew she meant no harm, but I didn't feel good about it, so I asked her if she could tone it down. I should have said stop, but I guess I'm weak. She didn't really say anything mean, but her attitude was a bit off. I think she was looking at me in a scornful kind of way, and the way she smiled once I was done talking just felt weird. She didn't say anything else, but okay, and we just moved on to choosing her clothes. I left after that. We were supposed to go get something to eat, but she said she was tired. I am not dumb. She was hurt. So I texted a common friend, more her friend than mine, and without getting into details, I just told him that I talked to Chloe about something that was important to me, but that I was afraid she may have gotten the wrong idea from it. The common friend said, "Look, I don't want to get involved, but you should watch it." I asked what he meant. He said, "Nothing, just watch it." A little while after that, he texted me back and said, "Change my mind. I do want to get involved," and sent me a bunch of prints of texts going back and forth between him and Chloe. It basically starts with him asking her if the two of us had a fight, because I was worried. He was kind with his words. I don't mind him stepping in. And then it was just a nonstop stream of her being horrible. She said I had a big mouth and was judging her behavior because I'm a prude who doesn't know how to be around guys. How she taught me everything I know about having a life, and how dare I tell her what she can or cannot do. She even said I should thank her for even having a boyfriend at all. The common friend actually called her out for being rude and no friend of mine. After the prince, he told me, I'm done with her. I give up, and you should watch it. He also said it was okay if I told her I had the prince. I didn't though. I didn't know what to say. I mean, she is not 100% wrong, but even though I know that, it really hurts to read those things. This morning, I woke up and saw she texted me late at night. She said she knows Liam sent me the prince and she didn't mean to be rude. But it's ridiculous that I'm jealous of her, because if she wanted my boyfriend, she could just have him. You want me to prove it? So I'm being silly and should drop it is what she meant. She ended it with kisses and a joke, so I don't know if she was being playful, apologizing, threatening, or being pragmatic. I didn't answer her yet. I don't know what to say. Should I even say something? Or should I just let it go? I wish I could talk to someone about this, but I am very private. I usually go to Chloe with these things. Help. Too long. Didn't read. Asked an old friend to stop being so handsy with my boyfriend. She took it the wrong way and told a common friend I got no business telling her what to do since I owe her so much. Notable comments. Commenter. Sounds like this person is completely wrapped up in their own head and has a serious case of overthinking their importance in life, especially other people's lives. Obviously, we're all going to tell you to drop her because she's not a desirable person to be around if that's how she acts/talks to you in person and behind your back. This person thinks they own you enough so that they've decided to let you have your boyfriend. Also, show your guy everything that's happened because guaranteed she's going to go after him. Opie, I suppose you're all right. It just gets me, you know? It's a 20-year-long friendship. I keep thinking maybe this is a misunderstanding, she didn't mean it, or she is going through a hard time and doesn't know how to deal with it. I'm just trying to make sure I am not overreacting, so I needed some outside perspective. As for my boyfriend, I think he would turn her down quite fast. He doesn't really like her. He just hangs with her because of me. He's always saying that he'd rather not and all, so it's unlikely that they'd be alone together. But I will talk to him. Thank you for the heads up. Turns out she already went after him. I was stupid. Update 2. My boyfriend is having sex with her. A friend convinced some other friends to send me prints of texts between themselves and either my boyfriend or Chloe. They were pretty clear. I confronted my boyfriend. He looked lost, said he loves me, and it was just sex. He says Chloe kept throwing herself at him, teasing him, and he said he didn't like her, but I still wanted them to hang out. He said he just had sex with her to see if she would move on and leave him alone and that it only happened a couple of times. He says he won't do it anymore. He doesn't even like her. He loves me, asking me to please forgive him. From the texts, once I finally made it through them all, I think that Chloe went to the party where my boyfriend and I met because she wanted to hook up with him. She had it bad for him, but he didn't feel the same way. She was trying to get him to break up with me and then to get me to break up with him. It worked. As of yesterday, he is a single man. In some of those texts, they are talking about some of the hookups. I feel like throwing up. I blocked him because he was still trying to get in touch. I ghosted her, but she just sent me a message saying she just heard what happened. You know, this was probably for the best, right? And I feel like screaming. I don't know if this is an update or just me venting. Thanks for listening either way. Edit. I don't want to sound melodramatic or sappy or anything, but you all brought me to tears. We keep hearing about how it is insanity to rely on the internet for personal connections, but I just lost a boyfriend, a best friend, and a whole group of friends. Instead of feeling alone, I am more and more feeling like, yeah, that was the right thing to do. I will be okay. It still hurts, but not as much as it would have if I had really been alone. I can't even begin to thank this sub. I really don't know what to say. Even on my previous post that didn't get as many responses, it was some of the comments there that made me approach the cheating thing, knowing I had to break up and move on. So it changed my life at that moment. And considering I will be doing a lot of soul searching on toxic relationships, this probably changed my life for good. So thank you all so much for reaching out to a stranger. This community is so precious. And I got a gold. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but I don't even know how much gold costs, and this is an alt account, so it won't really be used. Is there any way I can return it to the sender? Some of you are asking for an update. I might in a while, if there is something new to tell. Right now, it's just more of the same. I don't think I will be able to answer all the comments, but I am trying to at least answer the ones with questions. Thank you. Notable comments. Commenter 1. Well, yeah, I would just ditch that whole friend group and start trying to find new friends. My God, that's some messed up stuff. Opie. Yep, done and done. I think I was being too permissive with the word friend. It was going on for months. Everyone knew. Nobody had the decency to tell me. It was only the one friend, who wasn't even that close, who stood up for me. Commenter 2. You also can't make her hurt. She has no respect for you and clearly doesn't care, so it will be impossible anyways. It would have the same effect as a drunk stranger telling you that you're awful. It might make you angry, but you didn't care about that stranger, so what they say is irrelevant. Also, I can't imagine anything so utterly not worth your time. The delightful side effect of just ghosting is that they will stew in it. They want the reaction, but they get none. They realize they lost all their power and never get to know and feel that satisfaction that comes from getting the reaction you wanted. OP. Oh, I get what you mean. She is still texting me. I didn't mention one detail because it wasn't important. We were all traveling together soon. My family paid for some of Chloe's expenses. She is messaging me about the vouchers since I have them all. This woman can't even wait a day to ask. It's like she suddenly remembered she still needs me. I mean, I'm not giving them to her either way. The trip is off. Can't she tell? She has no respect for you and clearly doesn't care. Absolute truth. Commenter 3. She would be more hurt by no response at all to anything ever. Go no contact. OP. I'm very much thinking the silence treatment will be the way to go. I think she just realized she needs me for the trip. She has been aggressively trying to contact me. Now she is saying that she liked my boyfriend first, and I was the one who stole him. So she is the one who should be mad. I know I should just block her everywhere, but is it petty that I am having fun watching her squirm? I wanted to have the last word, but not saying anything is driving her crazy. Commenter 4. He said he just had sex with her to see if she would move on and leave him alone, and that it only happened a couple of times. Says he won't do it anymore. He doesn't even like her. He loves me, asking me to please forgive him. LOL. What? Seriously, that is one of the stupidest things I have heard. It is like saying, hey babe, I jumped off a cliff because somebody was really pestering me to do it. Edit. I feel for you. OP, but what an excuse. OP. I confess I almost fell for it. How pathetic is that? He was saying he cared about me. It was just a mistake. He thought she would back off, and I felt it was a bad decision on his part, but maybe it made sense, and I could forgive him. Then he said something like, and I didn't even like her. You were the one who always wanted us to hang. That's when my brain joined the party, and I was like, is he seriously trying to blame this on me? More comments made by OP. Most disgusting part is that it is a trip we would take together with my boyfriend and some other friends. So she really thinks I would let my family pay for her to go on vacation with my ex, who she cheated on me with. I'm starting to think this woman is sick. Like, for real. I just went straight to venting, didn't I? Sorry. Well, it was all Liam, really. After she texted she could get my boyfriend if she wanted to, I just answered back, WTF, Chloe, and she laughed as if it was a joke. After that, Liam texted me. He asked me if I was alone. He was really kind and told me everything, said he had proof, and asked if I wanted to see it. I said yes. He had gone after our friends and convinced them to send him prints. He's really well liked by everyone, and he was the one who said enough. Liam is gay, by the way, just in case anyone jumps the gun like my mom did and thinks he did this because he's interested in me or something. He's not. He is just a decent person. No, I didn't get prints between my boyfriend and Chloe. I guess I went straight to venting and didn't give much detail. Wasn't expecting this response. There was this friend, Liam, who convinced 3 other friends to send him texts between them, the 3 friends, and either Chloe or my boyfriend. So he could have proof because he thought what was happening was disrespectful and someone should tell me. There were prints of texts between 2 friends and Chloe and 1 other friend and my boyfriend. They were pretty clear. Chloe, especially, didn't seem to care about hiding it at all. My boyfriend's texts were mostly wondering if I had noticed something and wanting Chloe to back off, while also saying she was hot, etc. There was nothing 100% confirmation on his side. It wasn't a talk between him and one of his closest friends, so it was kind of generic. But when I confronted him, I said I had prints without saying what they showed, and he just confessed. I really appreciate the prints. It was ultimate evidence, but I don't think they did it for me. It's a Liam thing. You'd have to know him to understand. He's the stand-up guy who is everyone's friend. He is a huge person. I think they sent the prints because it was something for him, you know? He was the one leading the charge and dealing with consequences. If it were just me, I don't think they would have done it. Update 3. I said I'd come back if anything relevant happened. My ex-boyfriend kept trying to get in touch through common friends. They kept asking me to unblock him and at least hear him out because he was really sorry. He loved me. He was a mess. He didn't mean to. Someone even went as far as to ask me if I was really sure it happened. They offered to send me prints of texts where he was talking about me, so I'd see how he always had great things to say and how much he cared, but I've had it with the print screen drama for life and said no. To the ones who insisted, I told them I wasn't unblocking him, had nothing to say or hear, and if they kept pushing me, I'd block them too. I ran into my ex-boyfriend at this book thing I go to often, a hobby of mine. Maybe I'm being presumptuous, but I think he went there for me. He didn't really have any business there, but I'm just speculating, really. He asked if I had a few minutes for coffee. I said I was late. He walked me to my car. He looked so good, smelled great. He was so sweet, was even wearing his hair the way I like it. I feel horrible because even after everything, I still like him. He apologized some more, said he knew I needed time and space, but asked if I'd consider giving him another chance because he would wait for me. He said he would never talk to Chloe again and would act like they had restraining orders against each other. I just found it really funny how everything he was saying required me trusting him, which I don't. So I told him I wasn't interested anymore and he should move on. I wish I said something snappier or wittier, but I had nothing. This was Saturday. I haven't heard from him or those friends since. I think that was that. Chloe also kept trying to talk to me. Like I told some of you in the comments, I had a trip coming up. It would have been me, Chloe, my ex-boyfriend, and a few friends. Since Chloe couldn't afford it, my parents paid for most of her expenses. She must have remembered this right after everything went down and panicked because I had everything. Vouchers, confirmation emails, credit card info. She went crazy, even showed up at my place. I wasn't home, and my roommate told her off. Exact words. I didn't block her at first because, I admit, I was having some fun watching her despair. I talked to my mom, and she was amazing, told me I should cancel everything even if it cost us money. It was fine. So I did. And for one last bit of print screen drama, I printed all the emails I got confirming cancellations and sent those to Chloe with the word bye before blocking her. My roommate has been amazing. We were never really close, and now I don't even know why. She canceled plans with her friends to stay with me and invited me to go out with them next weekend. A few of you suggested I see a therapist, and I did yesterday. I really liked it. It was just one appointment, and I mostly just talked, but it felt good. She gave me homework. She talked a little about unhealthy and abusive relationships and asked me to think about my friendship with Chloe and try to point out what was healthy and what was unhealthy about it. It made me realize she was never really my friend. She was taking advantage of me for years, and she even had me thanking her for it. The therapist also told me about this, saying, I think that's what it is called, the narcissist's prayer, which goes something like, that didn't happen. If it did, it wasn't my fault. If it was, I didn't mean it. And if I did, then you deserved it. Which is totally how Chloe is handling this whole thing now. So good riddance indeed. And a final piece of gossip. Liam talked to me yesterday. He checks up sometimes. He's a good guy. Again, he is gay. In case someone is still thinking this might turn into a romantic comedy. He said Chloe was super sure that since I broke things off, she and Dean would hook up right away. But apparently, he doesn't have the same plans, and that freaked her out over the weekend. Liam says Dean really is a mess and went out drinking hard 4 nights in a row, to the point he had to be carried home by his pals. And yesterday, they all went out for lunch at this burger place. Chloe was going to run her fingers through his hair or something, and he just pushed her away and told her to stop and to never touch him again. Great that now he manages to do that. Huh? I guess in the end, he really did like me, in his sick way. The thing is, I don't want to be with someone who likes me in a sick way. I want to be with someone who likes me in a healthy way. I think I deserve that. I am also thinking about taking the money I got back from the trip to go somewhere else by myself. Haven't decided yet. Anyway, this will be the final update on this since it is unlikely that I will have anything new to add now. I think I just need time to heal and let go, you know? I might come back in a few months if there is reason to do a yay, life is awesome now post. But I wanted to post this update now because I wanted to end this whole story on a bright note. And of course, thank you all again. You are the best. Too long. Didn't read. It's all good. As well as could be. Anyway. Thanks, Reddit. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more shocking real-life stories happening around you.